Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your Devops SRE DevSecOps coach. Okay, so today's topic is Terraform Workspace. What is a Terraform Workspace? So let's understand through image, it will be easy for us. So here, let's say this is your folder, okay, and this is your code. Now, this is a code and you run this code and you know that the flow, it go to AWS and Azure and generate a state file. Correct now?
Yeah.
Correct now? Yeah.
Yes.
Now the problem for me is this is you or me, developers. The problem is I want to apply this code. This is the AWS, okay, and I want to create dev environment here, which I created. But if I run one more time this code and I want to create a different environment, so because this state file code is my desire, state file is actual, and if it is match it says everything is up to date. Correct now? So how can I apply this code to QA environment, production environment? Because if I try to apply, it says up to date because state file is the uh, resources which represent what are the things you got it. Correct now?
Yeah.
So in order to overcome this, you have a two option. Option number one, you create this code in a different directory and then you apply this code again, and this is a QA environment, this is a dev environment, this is a state file for QA dev, and this is a state file for QA. That's option number one. But Terraform is saying, hey, don't do that. Actually, don't do that. So then what? So Terraform is saying, hey, do one thing. This state file which you stored it, this is a workspace default. That means whenever you apply, you have a workspace default and you want to create the same code, you want to run it again in a different environment, then you create one more space, a workspace which is called QA, and then you can switch back. You can say default is a default workspace. You can switch back to this or this to this to this, whichever you are working. So when you switch back to QA and when you apply, there's nothing, no state file, and it will create a QA environment and state file for QA will be created. So that way, workspace is a way to isolate the multiple state file. I repeat, workspace is to isolate the multiple state file, and it could be for different department or different environment, or the same code you can apply for different purpose. Let's say it can be product one, product two, product three, or something like that. This categorization, it can be anything. It can be environment, product one, application one, or whatever it is, client one, client two, like that. So for each you have a separate state file and being in one folder itself. Understood now? What is a workspace?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But in code, how, I mean, would it be a variable file or how?
That demo I'll show you. Okay. So now let's go into the demo. So here I am going to first create one resources. So here Terraform AWS provider. I think the code which I had it earlier, I deleted. I cleaned up a little bit of mine. So I have to stance. This is the one. So this is my code. Where's a notepad? Strange, no? My notepad is not there. And I'll put the provider in the same. folder because now you understand, so no need to complicate. And authentications also. And here which region I am into. So region is this one. And I'm going to use a key which you know that what I'm doing. I'll delete this after creations. And this is the key, this is the one. And now I'll go and create one EC2 instance, which is my ID I wanted. So this is the MI ID. Done. So this is a simple code. Are you okay with it?
Yeah,
Hello.
yes.
So now let me run this. So when I run this, you know that state file will be created in same directory, correct now?
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay. It's taking time, I guess.
yeah, it's taking time. Today my internet is not that great, maybe because of that or something. It's taking too much time. It's not that slow. It's the internet actually. Okay, so ah, have any control. Done. Okay, so let me apply I hyphen auto approve right now. So one resources will be created and state file should be here, which is a state file. You see 0 bytes, 0 kilobytes. So within a few seconds, it should be here. So just wait for it. So there is a problem that code issues. It should be, yeah. So almost done. Yeah.
What was the
So,
issue?
yeah. So now you see that when I run this code, one default state file will be created in the current directory. Here, this is the one. So now let it get complete. You see here. Now this is a state file, 5 bytes, 5 kilobytes got created. Now coming back to the topic. So what is this workspace you are? So if you run this command, Terraform Workspace, enter, they have a few commands which you want to see that. List, new, select, show, and delete. So if I do the workspace list, right now, if you see that default and this star means you are working, your state file is located in the default. So when it's a default, it's the same directory. This is state file. So can we create it? So you can show that here also default. This is the one. And here also see default. Now can I create new one? So I'm creating a new one, create new dev, enter. So now if you see that I create a new, and if I want to show you list of it, here you see which workspace you are right now, dev, correct now. Now if you might have noticed there's one directory got created the moment you created a new workspace. Here it is, dev. So the state file would be inside this directory. Let me run it. So remember that if I have run already and here one resource is there. So now theoretically it should say, hey, up to date, everything is up to date. But actually because
So just one question I have. I mean, currently in that Terraform state diff folder, there is nothing, right? Before, like,
it's
there
not
is
a,
no.
it's a not a folder. It's not a folder.
Mhm.
It's a virtual workspace, and
Okay.
this default means your
Mm-hmm.
state file is here. When I said
Mm-hmm.
dev, which I created a new workspace, it will
Mm-hmm.
be inside here. You see here. So the
Okay.
workspace you see here, code is same,
Mm-hmm.
state file is in different location for different
Mm-hmm.
environment. That is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So here you see again in the dev environment, you see dev environment, one resources got created, and right now I'm in a dev. So let me show you. And you see here creating, done. Now if I rerun one more time, it should say, see, last time it added 0, now it will say 000. So right now which workspace you are? Dev workspace. So this is the state file here. Default is here. You can create as many workspace you wanted actually. So what is workspace? Workspace is a way to separate your state file for multiple deployment for the same code. It could be different environment, different clients, different accounts, different department, and so on.
Mm,
getting open.
okay. Yeah, but in case of this is local, right? In case of backend, if we use backend, there also it would be created
Yeah,
automatically.
yeah. So when you use backend here, then also this will be created at the backend locations.
Okay.
Got it? So that means one developers can multiple. See,
Mm-hmm.
backend means just a location where. So right now it's a local. This is also local. This is also local. When you use the backend, remote backend, so for this whole directory will be created there. State file will be created there.
Okay, but with the same name.
Same name,
With
yeah.
okay, but usually, like in different environment, we provide some tags or something to identify that it is a production or it's a development or QA stage.
That's a
So in
workspace
that,
concept.
okay,
That's a workspace concept.
okay.
So here I have listed out to workspace. Now you want to switch back to the default. So select default and switch back to default. Now asterisk sign will be moved to default. So right now, if you make any changes in the code, this state file will be modified. Again, back to Slack to dev also same way. Now you should delete it. So if you want to delete it, delete dev. So I'm in a default, so can delete the dev and so on. So
Would
again,
there be any point of conflict here, like if two persons are working together and one is using one workspace, another one is updating the code in another workspace? So will it create some issue?
there's some error for deleting workspace. Why? Because you have to destroy it. Uh, Terraform destroy, okay, and then you have to delete it. So that is the thing. So here you said two people. So actually, this is the local. So no, this is local. So no
Mhm.
ways you will work for two people. But if you're using remote backend, so this will be separate, no, two different environment. So here, this is the default environment. This is the dev environment. If you create one more, here it will be QA. So there will not be any conflict. Code will be same. Got it?
Okay, but in case if someone applies changes on code and at the same time another one is doing some changes on QA, which need not to be reflected on dev. So how, I mean, in that case, the same file won't work, right?
I think you're not thinking about it. Let me create a picture. This is the one machine. This is another guy machines. This is the code. This is the code. This is the AWS. Now here, considering this is the backend, and here you have a default, and this is the QA environment. So now let's say, think simple. This code is applied, and this guy is working on the dev environment. So here, deploy default environment. So this will be updated in a backend. This guy is working in the QA, so apply QA. So both are different locations, right? There also, correct? No? Here is in different location.
Location are different, but like some changes we do in QA stage but not in the development stage, just for a sake. And in that case he made some changes in the code, and the same code would be used, I mean, the development person doesn't want that changes, so how to deal with that issue?
Don't apply. No, sorry, probably you're not able to put that question properly.
Yeah,
See here,
maybe.
this code here is here. This is here. This is the GitHub.
But in this case, code should be same, right? I mean, the
Ah,
if the
so what people will do? This is the GitHub. You are taking the code from GitHub here. You change the code,
Mhm.
apply this code, and push that code. This is how the sharing happens, no? GitHub.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are sharing the code two people, so that we are using some GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket or something. So practice is you should pull the code and then apply. So that is a practice.
Okay, okay, I got it. Okay. Now, in case if there is some change in the code and the another one doesn't want it, then he need to. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm destroying it, and then after that same command you can delete this. So basically these are the commands which we have to workspace. These are the commands. You can create a new one, list, select to switch between the workspace, show and delete. Delete you can do only if you have destroyed it, otherwise you'll not be able to delete the workspace. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the topic.
Destroy need to be run on the main default one, or it could be run on any one of them, and then it could destroy everywhere.
You can be selecting the different workspace and destroy the one which you have not working, and like that. So
Then
first you
delete.
destroy and then delete it like
Okay.
that. So what I
But
did, I'm
destroying will delete in that particular environment only, not in the another one.
no others you
Because
can destroy. Being in one, you cannot destroy self. So here I destroy this one default. Now then I will go for select workspace dev, and I'll destroy and then come back to the default and then delete a workspace. Got it?
okay. Okay, and in case if the default is deleted or destroyed, then will the dev environment will be there, or
Will be there.
it?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Will be there. No? But by the way, default you cannot destroy. You can destroy dev.
Mhm.
Default this one you cannot destroy because hard coded in the code itself.
No, okay.
That should be one. Got it?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.